Good morning, you beautiful people of the internet, and welcome to the morning Game and Watch drop. It's Robert, joined with Dominic Bannister. What's up, dude?
What's up?
So,
glad to be here.
What you been up to?
Work.
I know.
Work for first day off in about a week and a half. So
Yeah.
enjoying it now.
We didn't have a podcast last Thursday. I think because
We're sorry, guys.
we were just dead. I was dead. I know for a fact. I'm gonna speak for myself. I know I was dead. I was dead inside and outside.
Hey, I'm game for whatever, but I was pretty dead too.
Yeah, yeah. And so I think we're gonna
busy week.
I think we're gonna try to keep this show to more of a bi-weekly thing. That way it can just that way we don't feel overwhelmed because of just work and different things like that. But there's always gonna be a lot of things we can talk about because we have 2 weeks of content we can talk about.
Absolutely,
which would be good. Have you played any games, watched any movies, watched any TV shows?
I caught up on Legion.
Nice.
I watched the 3rd episode last night. Fantastic.
I've only seen the first.
Really, you're missing out, man. You're missing out. I'm pretty hyped up on it now. As far as games, not really. Other than still playing Fire Emblem. Guilty pleasure.
That game has been taking over our lives, man.
Guilty pleasure. It's so
good.
bad.
It's good.
It is good. As far as like diehard fans go, I've been told that it's nowhere near like the originals at all, and it's just kind of stupefied.
It's a great starting point.
Yeah, but hey, I'm enjoying it, and it's got me peaked for other games that are going to come out in the future. So
right.
I'm down for it.
Have you seen any movies?
Any movies lately? I have not, unfortunately. No. I've been keeping up on trailers and stuff. We'll talk about that more.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, movies not so much these days. It's been busy.
Cool.
Yeah.
I've been, in regards to gaming, I've been playing a little bit more of that Paragon. I don't know if there's any of y'all people out there who likes Paragon. I enjoy it. It's really good. It's better than League of Legends, and it's better than Heroes of the Storm. On top of that, I just pre-ordered Horizon Zero Dawn, the new big IP that's coming out soon.
I know you've been excited for that one.
I have been, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, but I'm so excited for it. TV shows, I did watch the first episode of Legion. Enjoyed it. A little confused. We'll talk about that a little bit more on our impressions of how Legion's going so far. I guess they'll probably just be spoilers. So if you guys haven't seen it,
spoiler alert.
Boo-hoo on you. Movies, I saw the Lego Batman.
Oh.
And fantastic.
Did you like it? I've only seen bits because if you guys don't already know, we work at a drive-in. So we see kind of bits of movies around this place. And Lego Batman was one of our busiest nights in a while here at the drive-in, and it looked great. It looked great. It looked funny. I'm glad that you got to watch it.
It was good. Other movies? No, I haven't watched any other movies. I'm still watching The Office. I just love that show so much. Oh yeah, I just want to keep watching it, and it's more so of refreshing myself on that art.
I love watching the bloopers.
For the future.
The bloopers for that show.
The bloopers are fantastic.
Are the best.
Fantastic. But anyways, if it's your first time here, guys, just so y'all can know, this is the Morning Game and Watch drop, as I said in the intro. This is a podcast where we talk about film, TV shows, games, or whatnots. This is the 2nd episode. We're going to do something a little different than the first one. The first one was just one whole 1 hour long video of just everything compiled together.
We've heard your feedback, guys. We're going to split it in half today.
Right. We're going to split it in half, and we're going to keep film to one side, and we're going to keep the gaming to another side, just in case if you don't like one of them, and you can just get to what you want.
If you relate more to games, you can go to the games one. If you relate more to videos, you can go to the video one.
Exactly.
And if you like both, click on both of them.
Oh, yes.
Check them out.
And then if you guys liked it, click that thumbs up button, subscribe, leave a comment, ask us just questions.
Share with your friends.
And share with your friends.
Always.
Without further ado, let's get into the news for the first drop. We got 2 new posters for Ghost in the Shell. They have been released. Now, I have them right here. I
have not seen them yet.
I'm going to keep bringing up Ghost in the Shell until this movie comes out, dude.
I know you are.
I love Ghost in the Shell.
I'm excited for it, too. I don't think it's excited for you.
So this is the first one right here.
Okay.
Looks dope as
heck. I like it. Break it through a window.
Now, like how we said that we worked at a movie theater, if we show Ghost in the Shell here, I've already called dibs on the poster.
Yeah.
So I'm getting this poster.
He's got it.
So we got that one with Scarlett Johansson jumping out, and then we have this one, which this one looks awesome.
I like that one.
Awesome.
That one's pretty sick.
It's really, really good. But yeah, I mean, again, it's more Ghost in the Shell. Who doesn't like Ghost in the Shell? Second drop, we have Team Thor Part 2 release. Now, have you seen the first Team Thor?
I have. I went back and watched them.
It's fantastic.
And I think it is amazing.
I think you're probably going to have to connect your headphone to this jack there.
Splice me up.
All right, so Team Thor, if you guys haven't known, it is what Thor was doing during the events of Civil War, and he was hanging out with his friend Daryl in Australia. Smartest idea in the entire world.
By Marvel Entertainment.
Exactly.
Which makes it even better.
It's fantastic. All right, let's make sure the audio's up.
I can't pay rent with these things. One's a pumpkin, and these Asgardian coins, they're not worth anything.
In Asgard, these coins are worth a gazillion human dollars, okay? There's
Why
a
is he on a
gazillion,
bike?
you're rich.
I
There's a
don't know,
gazillion.
dude. It's just so good.
Gazillion.
No one will exchange these.
Go to the market, set up a store,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Asgardian wear. Previously owned by Thor. I'm a celebrity that will sell like hotcakes.
You might need to think about getting a job.
Did you just bring the fourth wall right there?
Yeah.
I have a job. Do you know what my job is? I save the planet.
Yeah.
Maybe you should get a job.
I have a job.
Really?
No.
I'm hitting the machine with the words that come out of it. Oh, this is knowledge. Knowledge is power. No, it's not. Knowledge is not power. That's power. The brain is a muscle, and that's a muscle, and that's a muscle. And they are all muscles. This is all muscle. So I am covered in brains, and I have more brains than you.
So do you think maybe we could just think
I
about...
think we need a servant.
I don't think we can get a
We
servant.
should get a servant.
I don't think we can
it's
get a
settled. We're
servant.
getting a servant.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Okay.
So good. So good. Oh, man. I love those videos, man. It's like, for sure, they can literally do their own Office-like series with just those two guys.
Yeah.
Fantastic. That was Team Thor Part 2. I'm actually excited for this Thor movie. I think it's going to be really good. I think there's a lot more hope in it than the first two.
Yeah.
Even though I liked the first one, I thought it was okay.
Yeah, the first one was okay. The second one I thought was better than the first one. But
Oh, really?
yeah.
Really?
I like the whole like dark elf kind of thing going on. That was pretty interesting. And then, in Guardians of the Galaxy when they, had one trapped in the what's the guy's name? Benicio del Toro played.
Oh, yes, the Collector.
The Collector, yeah. Well, they had one of the dark elves in a case.
Right.
So it was a nice nod to that. And I liked that a lot.
I love Benicio del Toro's. I'm just gonna call him Benicio. we're buds like that. I just like Benicio's character.
Yeah.
It's kind of like he's really like what is he up to?
He's creepy.
Yeah, it's really cool though.
It's creepy.
So for the third drop, what we have is Walking Dead is finally back. Now, before we get into it, I'm just gonna have to say that I love The Walking Dead so much. I was such a big fan. Loved Rick. Loved Daryl.
Here comes the
and
butt.
I loved Negan.
Here comes the butt, guys.
But for some reason, I have fallen off, and I don't like it anymore. I actually liked that they killed off, spoilers.
Breaks my heart.
They killed off Glenn and Abraham. I like that they did that. It showed that they actually are willing to go that far.
If you're watching our show and you're not caught up on The Walking Dead and you didn't know that Abraham and Glenn are dead, then still leave a like and share this video.
Yeah, please leave a like. And then, so I enjoy that they did that, show that they can go that far. But the fact that they're like, well, you know what, we're going to tone it down a little bit this next go around and whatnot. So like, no, I want y'all to just do what you do. And you've been keeping up with it, right?
Yeah, and I don't think they're necessarily toning it down all the way. I think fans think that they're toning it down, or some fans, like you, of course, you might have perceived that they might be toning it down, but they released a statement telling all the fans that they haven't toned it down. Like it's just building up for something more. And big thing is that they're not following the comics, but they stick somewhat on the outside of them.
Right.
And if you've read any comics or you know anything about it, you know that like there's a war coming between the Saviors and Alexandria and all those other colonies.
Right.
So it's building up to that, and like the last couple episodes, you can see that, spoiler alert, that they've kind of gone around to the kingdom and a couple other groups, and they're kind of pulling their resources together to try to stop the Saviors, and that's going to be pretty interesting, especially how they end up ending that whole battle with the saviors too.
Yeah. I think I guess for me, I mean I don't know what happened. I guess it's just The Walking Dead can literally just go on and on and on.
Yeah.
And it has to stop for some people. And I thought for me it was gonna stop the moment that we lost Rick and Daryl. But for some reason I think it's just stopped for me already.
And you haven't watched any of the episodes lately, so you haven't seen any like the. It gets pretty emotional. This last episode got a little emotional for me.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some reconnections going on that.
Oh, you know what? Someone actually told me about them.
Okay.
Yeah, someone already spoiled that. For me.
Okay.
But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It was a little heartwarming. It was a nice break.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I know that they did a nod between those two characters a long time ago.
Yeah.
But it's like, if y'all are gonna do something, do something. If you're not, then just stop playing with the idea.
They haven't. And I mean, if you guys aren't picking up on who we're talking about, you know, let's put it this way. They have a very mother-son kind of esque relationship. And I don't know. I just feel like it works well with the show, considering that Daryl wasn't a character that was even written in the comics.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and she had lost her daughter previously in seasons before, so...
I mean, I think Daryl is the thing that is after the death of Glenn, which I know for a fact everybody loved Glenn. There's nobody that I didn't know that didn't like him.
No.
But since Glenn died, I think the only thing that are keeping people watching this show is Daryl.
Oh, absolutely.
And so I think the moment that they kill Daryl is the moment that they're going to lose majority of their audience.
Hashtag right for Daryl.
But yeah, I mean, that's where I'm at right now for The Walking Dead. Maybe if when this season comes to Netflix, maybe I'll just jump back in and finish watching it.
For sure.
But for right now, I've just been putting my time to something else.
Yeah.
So the fourth drop is the first look at the Han Solo cast. Now, this is the picture that we got.
It's got me pretty hyped up.
It is amazing. We have Donald Glover right there. We have Woody Harrelson right there.
Woody Harrelson's in there?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm so excited now.
It's gonna be good. Now, the only thing, and I heard people were talking about this, he looks the oldest out of all these people, and he's supposed to be playing a young Han Solo.
He does. Yeah.
And does he look like Han Solo too?
Not at all.
My
Hashtag
bad.
not my Han Solo.
But Donald Glover.
I'll take Donald Glover for Lando Calrissian any day.
He is
suave,
killing it.
As long as he sings Redbone as well.
Do you think he's gonna sing in this?
No, not at all.
But you don't think he would?
I don't think he's going to. He might, maybe just a little bit, because I think in movies before he's done like a few sentences, but he's like sung them. So I think, hey, why not?
But here's the thing. I think they have to utilize his voice. Now here's the way I think it will happen. We got Han, we have Lando, the good old buds.
Yeah.
They're gonna go to the cantina. They're gonna get a little drunk. They're gonna start singing up there with the band.
You think there's gonna be a cantina scene where he's gonna have to sing to like get Han out of a situation?
Yeah, and then Lando's gonna sing. It's gonna be Donald Glover singing. That'd be fantastic.
I love it. Tell us what you think.
That'd be great. Leave in the comments if you think that's how it's gonna play out. Now for the fifth drop, we have the glimpse at the cast for Predators. Now, before we show it, now have you seen any of the Predator movies?
Yes, I love the Predator movies. I love the Alien movies. I love the Predator movies. I didn't even know that they were making a new Predators. So that's big news to me. So
they are. So I honestly I still haven't finished watching the first Alien yet.
So have you watched any of these movies?
I haven't seen none of them.
Oh, jeez, Robert.
But the thing is that they interest me so much that I'm gonna get into them.
Yeah.
They look really interesting. So this is the cast right here. We have Sterling K. Brown. We have forgot his name. We have Keegan-Michael Key. He's coming out in Predators.
That's interesting.
That is funny.
Yeah.
That's hilarious, dude.
Well, and his co-star Jordan Peele just did that movie that came out.
The horror movie,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, the horror movie. So it's interesting to see them take different dynamics and roles in Hollywood now.
Yeah.
That they're kind of just done with comedy.
She looks very interesting. I feel like I've seen her before. I'm gonna search this up. Predators.
Cast? So you're just gonna just IMDb them. Not a sponsor.
Predators 2010? Nope. 2018. So the cast is...
That's the only part about these movies that's very confusing, is that instead of putting like ones or twos like after the title, you know, they leave them just like, oh, Predator. Predators. Alien versus Predator. aliens. You know.
Now they're
Like-
just making everything plural.
Yeah, it just depends on how you pronounce it, right?
So I think the girl was Olivia Munn. We have Boyd Holbrook.
That is
Sterling
Olivia
K.
Munn.
Brown.
Okay.
We have 50 Cent in this. Keegan Michael
What?
Key. We have Jacob Tremblay. That's the little boy. I forgot his name, but that's him.
Where the hell is 50 Cent gonna be playing? What character
Is he not
playing?
in this picture? Is that him?
That doesn't look like 50 Cent.
Interesting.
50.
He's probably the Predator.
Right. Yeah. Give me your money.
But yeah, so I'm kind of excited for it. I mean, I don't know how y'all might be putting in the comments. How can you be excited if you haven't seen any of it? It's a good cast.
Tell
I
us your
love those
thoughts.
characters.
Tell us your thoughts on the cast, please.
Yes, please. Sixth drop. Disney has founded Simba and Mufasa. Now this is amazing.
And I know you were mentioning this to me earlier in the week, and I still haven't seen much about it. I should go home and research this. You know, since
It's-
we're doing videos on these.
You've
kind
seen
of
The
things.
Lion King, right?
Oh God, yes.
Okay.
Lion King was my favorite movie.
Good.
As a kid.
It's
Parents
fantastic.
can attest to that.
It's fantastic. So Mufasa is going to be voiced by the original voice actor James Earl Jones. That's great, dude.
That's
That's really
freaking
really good.
amazing.
That's
I
gonna
love it.
bring so much nostalgia.
Yeah.
And then Simba, the person that they found to play Simba, this dude is on a high with his career, man. He's on a high with his career. Donald Glover. He's going from Lando to Simba to everything.
Gotta love Donald Glover.
He's
man.
good, man.
If you don't like Donald Glover, get out. Stop watching this. Just kidding. Keep watching. Like that button.
But that's fantastic because his voice sounds like it can fit well. Because he doesn't have like that. He doesn't have like a deep voice, so he can do kind of like a younger voice
Yeah,
and
and
an older voice.
With his
Singing
latest
talent.
album, you know, he
Oh,
kind of
yeah,
showed
yeah.
that he can change his voice
Oh, yeah.
up, you know, however he wants it. So
Yeah, and he's got the singing talent.
he's got the range.
Yeah.
He's got the range for sure.
So excited.
Man.
So let's see. That was the sixth drop. We're going to the seventh drop. We're going to be talking a little bit about the state of Batman. Now, so
Teardrop.
much things has been happening. I don't know if we talked about it last time.
I don't know if we did.
I don't think so. So last time, well, during this whole just rigmarole that's been going around, it's been Matt Damon. Ben Affleck
Maybe we choke on my
has been
coffee.
set to direct the Batman and act in it. Then he dropped out, or they were trying to look for somebody to take place. They were looking for somebody. Then Ben Affleck said, well, he dropped off of being director because he wanted to focus on being the actor. That way he can make movies like his well-received movie that came out that was not well-received. It was horrible, Live by Night.
Which one Live by Night?
Yeah. I heard that it was not critically acclaimed. It was...
Do we even get that here? I
Yeah.
don't even think we did?
Yeah.
How long was it here?
It was not here that long. It was a big flop in the box office.
Ben Affleck, what are you doing?
Yes, and so he dropped down so he can focus making his own movies. They're looking for a director. Then Ben Affleck is like, I don't want to be Batman anymore. And then we're like, what's gonna happen? And then now they got Matt Reeves to come direct the Batman. They were in talks to them. Then Matt Reeves like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore.
he said he's on the exit, right?
Right,
I
he's
just
exiting
read
out.
something about that too.
And so now it's like, this is the Batman. We have Ben Affleck who doesn't want to be a Batman.
Can we just stop with the Batman movies?
Can we just stop with the DC movies?
Yeah, can we just agree that Christian Bale was the best Batman?
I would have
Sorry,
to agree
people are
with
gonna
that.
hate. It's okay. Leave your comments below and tell me how bad that is.
I think we all know George Clooney was the best Batman.
those nips though, bro.
I think I'm. There's two things you can look at this. One, you can be sad that it doesn't seem like things are going the way you want them. Two, you can look at it and say things are going the way we want them because DC is flopping and it looks more and more like Disney could very well buy DC out.
Which would be great.
It will be the smartest and greatest.
Some
thing in the
people
world.
might not be hardcore fans, might not be for that, but you know what I have to say? Disney has not let us down as far as
No.
comic book movies go yet, and they've done a great job with Star Wars. So haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate.
But yeah, I mean, that's where it's at. I just
It's depressing to watch. Like,
It is.
because I really like Batman. I like
I think he's the best superhero in my opinion in the DC comics.
Oh,
To make a
absolutely.
movie and everything.
Absolutely.
And what's funny is that we're gonna get Wonder
No
Woman.
more Superman movies either, please.
I like Man of Steel.
Do you like?
I
Man of
enjoyed
Steel?
Man of Steel.
The first one, right?
Yes.
The first one was good.
It was okay.
I'll give it that because it was very story oriented. I can't even.
Oriented.
Thank you.
Oriental.
Yeah. Fried rice in the background. Anyway, no, I like that one because it was story focused, but the last one, Batman vs Superman,
it was
trash.
It was just too
Trash
much going
movie.
on. But then I'm hearing things that Wonder Woman is good. I'm hearing good things about Wonder Woman. So what's that going to mean for the rest of us? You know.
And I saw the trailer for Wonder Woman, and it looks great.
I'm
not gonna lie, it's gonna be nice to have like a superhero that's female based. You know, she's the lead, and like, you know, as long as they keep her the main center of focus and they don't Hollywood, like, you know, break it down and, you know, make it where she's kind of like there but not there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They just need to show that she can hold herself like together.
Yeah, she's supposed to be a strong Amazonian woman
Yeah.
who's like fighting against evil. Like,
yeah.
That's the whole premise of her story. And I don't know. I watched the trailer. I liked it a lot again. You know, but I feel like that's a reoccurring thing with most DC movies is that the trailers are great, but then you actually get into the movie and they're so convoluted and just dry that you end up like resenting the fact that you even watched the movie in the first place.
I agree.
So,
for the 8th drop, we have the first look at Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Now, this was leaked by accident, I think in Europe or Australia, on a box that's for a toy.
no kidding.
Which is funny, but so this is our first look. Now we have Daisy Ridley right there as Rey.
Okay, this picture, yeah.
We have Poe Dameron right there, and we have Finn.
Mm-hmm.
So Poe obviously looking like, you know, a fighter pilot because that's what he was.
Pretty bad.
Finn, just by the little amount that we can see, he strikes a resemblance to Han Solo. Just with that little thing that he has on.
Yeah, and I mean, he did.
You think that's his role? Like he's gonna be playing the Han Solo role?
Sort of, but I don't know. I feel like it's almost unfair at this point to like kind of round these characters up into like the roles of the past because they're taking a new direction with these movies. So, you know, it'd be fair to say that I mean he could potentially present that role, but I feel like it would be an unsmart move because there was so much backlash from hardcore fans that like, you know, that movie was just a repeat of A New Hope and stuff. So it would be smart for them not to do that.
Right.
But it is Hollywood, and if they know they got like, you know, they're gonna make money off of it, they'll do it.
And then when it comes to Rey, which I love Rey's character. I love Daisy Ridley. She's great. I
want to see more of her in this film. I just want it to be like
focused
around her mainly.
Yeah. Everyone has been saying, now you tell me what you think. I'm not sure if I agree with this at all. Everyone is saying her hair, the way it's shaped, reminds everybody of Qui-Gon Jinn.
You know, kind of.
And I will pick up a picture because there's people who have been doing photos of it. But I mean, what does that mean?
You think that could be a relation? Like somehow she's related to Qui-Gon?
Either she's related to Qui-Gon, or
but I mean, Qui-Gon died, like, you know, such a long time ago. So I mean, like, how would they build that sort of, you know, relation to?
There's a picture that I saw with his hair.
I guess, but you know what? I feel like that's just
like right here. This is the resemblance that they're doing. The way it like puffs out right there.
Again, I mean, people that have long hair. I mean, it's like shooting fish in a barrel at that point for like, you know, just kind of getting clickbait. You know, one of those things is like most people that have long hair like that. If they have like, you know, if they put it up in a braid and stuff, like sometimes they'll drape it down. It just depends on the look they want to go for.
Yeah.
You know, I don't necessarily think that they're hinting towards Qui-Gon at all.
No, I don't think so either.
No.
Y'all let us know in the comments who wears it better, Rey or Qui-Gon.
Hashtag Rey or Qui-Gon.
And then we are going to the 9th drop. Now, it has been rumored, and there is talks. Now, more of this DC news that Mel Gibson will direct Suicide Squad 2. What is your thoughts on that?
You know what? I like it. You know what? Mel Gibson's a crazy...
That would be the first big director, right?
Person. Yeah, I would. I think. Yeah. Come to think about it, yeah. For DC movies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than Christopher Nolan, who did the Dark Knight, but this is starting off with the new cinematic universe that they're starting with, because it's all been Zack Snyder.
I would be pretty hyped about that, to tell you the truth, because
I think he can do it justice.
I think he's a good director. I think he's batshit crazy, but he's a great director. I've liked most of his movies that he's done, so I mean, I don't see at this point what could go wrong, right?
Nope.
Like
Nothing can go wrong.
DC has nothing to lose at this point, so throwing Mel Gibson in the mix just kind of adds to it. And it would be kind of it'd be great if he was the director who saved DC. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And picked the Suicide Squad back up and maybe focused a little bit more of the Joker into that mix instead of just like, you know, filming all his scenes and then just cutting all of them out like we saw in the first Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Which was just crap.
I think Mel Gibson's a good choice. Now, my question is, I think Suicide Squad did great at the box office. I think it actually did really, really good. It's a lot of money to get Mel Gibson.
Oh, yeah.
Let alone get Will Smith back, get Joel Kinnaman back, get
all those that whole cast is just A-list.
They're expensive cast.
So yeah,
and I'm pretty sure they're not just gonna stick with that. They're gonna want to pay for even more people to come in.
Oh yeah, because they're gonna want to add more villains, characters, stuff like that,
Right.
et cetera, et cetera. So
And I know that there's talks that they want to expand, like they want the Harley Quinn movie to be all about the female villains.
which would be great if that was, because I don't feel like we have enough of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I like villains. I don't know why there's not more villains in Hollywood movies. You know, if you know why, comment below and tell me.
If you're a director,
Yeah,
let us know.
let us know.
The 10th drop, Avengers Infinity War First Look. Now, I don't have any pictures for this, and it was a video, but it was quite a long video, so I don't think we have to see it. But in this video, it started off, and it was, I kind of got goosebumps, because I was like, you see Chris Pratt, you see Tom Holland, and you see
So
Robert
great.
Downey Jr. all right there.
So great.
On the set for Avengers Infinity War, and there's nothing good, there's nothing better, but just amazing to come out of this film. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, if you've been following these movies as long as Robert and I have, then you know it kind of we were not children, but just a little older than that. You know what I mean? So it gives you a youthful kind of like, how do you say, spontaneity. You know? You get excited for these things even though you're like a grown ups. You know what I mean? So.
I mean, the original Iron Man came out in 2008.
Yeah, I was in middle school. I was in 8th grade.
I was 11 years old.
Yeah, so I mean, technically, yeah, we were kids. So keeping up with all these since 2008, and then to now 2017. That's it's one of those things is you've put so much time and energy into watching these things that you want to see, the good things that are coming from it. You know what I mean?
It's like, good. I got Marvel is.
If you're a comic book
doing
fan,
good.
this is like a dream come true.
Marvel is doing God's work.
Yes.
Now
They
we have
really
11th drop, Lego Batman impressions. So you haven't seen Lego Batman.
No, I haven't.
I've seen Lego Batman. I'm not gonna spoil much. I'm just gonna say the movie was great. Now I've been hearing a lot that a lot of people didn't like it. It was
Really?
boring. The jokes were not on par, and I thought the jokes were fantastic.
Was it they just didn't like? It's Will Arnett, right? The plays.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So they just didn't like his humor, or what?
I guess so, but here's
That's
some.
disappointing, guys.
Here's a few of the jokes. Now, it's not big spoilers, but there's a moment where Robin, he's not Robin yet.
Yeah.
But he's going up to Bruce Wayne. He idolizes Bruce Wayne. He wants to be adopted by Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
And he's like, "Hey, Bruce Wayne, blah, blah, this is what I like. This is what I like, and my name's Dick. That's what my friends call me." And then Will Arnett says, "Well, kids can be kind of mean sometimes." And it's like, that's his name.
That's
Like,
great humor.
It's fantastic.
Especially, okay, first off, I look at it this way. That kind of humor is great because it's subtle. They can hide
Exactly.
it in a kid's movie, right?
Yeah.
So if you're taking your kids to this movie and they make dick jokes in the movie, I mean, that's great, you
Yeah.
know? I don't know. Maybe we're just sick and we have that kind of humor. But,
It was funny.
I think
I
it's
liked the
smart.
movie.
That's smart.
And it makes fun of itself too because there's no killing in it.
Really?
And so there's there's a moment where it's like the very beginning of the entire movie where
Yeah.
all the villains are coming together and they're bringing in SWAT teams and it's like, and we got the SWAT team with stun guns. They're not lethal. And so it's like
Yes.
it's great writing. It's phenomenal writing. I love the movie. Go watch it if you haven't seen it. It's really, really good. And I love the Lego movies. They're doing a great
You can
job.
always stop in and see us too. Hey,
Exactly. Coyote Driving. And for the last drop for the film news, we have our impressions on Legion. Now, I think I'll let you spoil whatever you've seen so far.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I really don't
sure
care
about
that
this.
much.
Hashtag spoiler alert. Spoiler.
So, Legion came out. It's the new X-Men show. I've seen the first episode.
Yeah.
First episode. It is by far one of the best looking shows I've seen. Except for one moment, there's one part that I didn't like, and we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Okay.
But there's one moment that like y'all did so good with your graphics that I wish you could have done better right here. But so what's your thoughts on Legion?
I think it's great. I love Legion. It's very dark. It's a little gritty, and it plays into the whole fact that the character is having, he thinks he's crazy, like he's schizophrenic, psychotic. He's been told this all his life by the people around him because they don't understand that he's a mutant and he's a telepath and he's got all these powers which make him super strong. And that's kind of presented in the next 2 episodes as well. You kind of see like his range of like where his power is at. If you're following like any Marvel stuff like that, and then you'll understand what I'm talking about. But he's supposed to be Professor Xavier's son, which they haven't addressed that at all. I doubt they're going to, because I think there's just too many different like legal stuff going on in that universe. Right. But and there's a scene where they go into his mind and they're trying to help bring him back into being a normal person and kind of like lock away, all the convoluted crap that's going on in there, and they're trying to help him like control his powers. And when they do that, he talks about his dad, and he talks about how his dad was an astronomer, and his dad like would take him out in the middle of the night to go look at stars because they lived in upstate New York and stuff like that.
Was this in the newest episode?
This was in the newest episode. Cool. And but they don't ever show his dad's face. And he says, he talks about how he was disappointed because he was in the psych ward like when his dad passed away. So I really think they're straying away from the whole Professor X thing completely. They've also hinted at like him being able to time travel. He can teleport through like solid objects just completely. There's a bunch of sequences they've been focusing on the last 2 episodes where he's inside his own head, and he's with his girlfriend, and he's with like this guy who specifically his specialty is like bringing people into their dreams to help work out like emotional issues and stuff like that. So they take him and they put him in his dream, and they're kind of like his guide as well. But they think that whenever they're trying to help, he's putting up this mental block that's, stopping them from like, kind of getting to the root of the situation. Yeah. And that's the problem right there, is that he's not. There's something else in his head that like they don't know what it is, and he's been telling them like, hey, it's not me. I'm not fighting against this. Right. It's scaring them, and it's kind of left off like that, so that they now know that it's not just him who's like kind of clouding his mind. There's this like crazy thing in there, and it gets pretty twisted, and it's a little like scary at some points, because like if you saw the first episode, that big fat kind of dude who's got the like pea-colored yellow eyes, he comes out. He's more prevalent in these next 2 episodes. Yeah, he's pretty creepy, dude.
The moments he came out, it was kind of like, because the show doesn't give much of a really dark vibe at all. Like, it's just kind of like what's going on. It's kind of strange. But whenever he pops up, and he just pops up in the weird and random times. Yeah. It's like, oh my gosh. Like, I want to look behind me because I'm like, is this dude right here?
Yeah, and it's showing stuff that, like, it stemmed from something in his childhood. Like, and it's going back to this book that his parents might have read to him called The Angriest Boy. And, like, so it starts out with, like, the character that big fat dude, right, is, like, this paper mache, like, kind of Halloween costume-esque, like, head. And like he's dressed in this like weird like outfit like the character from the book that his parents would read, and it terrifies him. And I think there's more to it than that. They're not leading on. They want you to kind of like stipulate and guess a little bit before they kind of give you all the facts. But he transforms like into this big fat guy, you know what I mean, dressed in the same attire.
Interesting.
It's pretty grotesque. It's a little
That's in the 3rd episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. it seems like it has to stem with a lot of like bad childhood memories, you know, and that's kind of what's clouding his mind and like, you know, stopping him from reaching his full potential at this point.
Yeah. It's a good show.
Yeah.
I'm wanting to watch more.
Long explanation. Sorry about that, but
no, it's good. I mean, it's a brand new show, and I think it's good for everyone to watch because it's kind of different than what Marvel. I mean, not really Marvel, but you know, it's different from all the other Marvel shows that we've been seeing so far.
Absolutely, it's very artsy, and I like it.
It's extremely artsy.
Yeah.
And at moments, it can be a little hard to follow, but I think that's all going to be explained soon. I think what I love about the show is that there's a lot of practical effects. The moment where in the very first episode where all this stuff is just flying around him, well done.
Amazing.
Now, the moment I thought that they could have done better was at the very end when they're running out of the compound, and there's that other dude who's just like throwing stuff.
Yeah.
I thought the graphics for the CG could have been a little better.
Let me tell you though, I think that's because that was their pilot episode, so they didn't have a lot of money to work with.
Right.
And so they probably at that point in the episode kind of started running low on funds for the pilot episode, so they had to work with what they had. You know what I mean? I don't think like we're gonna see bad graphics like that again in the series. But yeah, no, fair point. Yeah, I saw that and I was like, it looked like not bad. It just looked like something that half decent kind of YouTube filmer would do.
Right.
You know?
I mean, I think it's here to stay. I think it's gonna be here for a good while.
Yeah.
I love the first episode. Can't wait to see that last two.
Ugh. It's exciting.
But yeah, guys, that's it for the filming news here on the Morning Game and Watch Drop. It's I, Robert. This is Dom. You can follow us on Twitter at INDUO Robert at
MRD Band 3.
Make sure you guys push that subscribe button. He has his own channel. It's Out From Under the Rock. Do you want to give a little small description?
Yeah, I'll be putting up content soon. Just kind of trying to help people understand modern pop culture and pop culture from the past, and trying to get people to relate with each other on different slang and stuff like that going on in today's society. And you know, I know that can be kind of convoluted with most people who talk. You know, use the words lit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
YOLO. Older people don't know what the heck is going on.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yep. So remember, hit that thumbs up button. Comment, ask us your questions. We'll answer your questions. Subscribe, and stay tuned for the gaming news that'll be coming out right after this video. Stay tuned, guys.
Take it easy.